when A1 becomes the federal government, and we will, and be a lot sooner than people think, there will be a royal commission into the government's response to COVID, and everybody found guilty will pay, and that includes the media. Every one of these idiot talking heads will pay one way or the other. Everyone will be held to account.
Please allow me to hold the axe.
I think it was Riccardo in the very first podcast we did with you here. Riccardo said, when people find out what's happened, we'll have to hold them back. And I totally believe that to be true. In summary, guys, what Measured Nawaz just covered, as I said, a guy that's lost his grandmother, he couldn't see his grandfather to show him his newborn kid. This is a guy that's a progressive. He didn't vote Brexit, yet he can see the science. He just outlaid the fact that the government has this information, how many people will die due to lockdowns and not die to lockdowns. It's a 90% increase if you lock down. Great, well done, brilliant. 500,000, over 500,000. Not only that, the government rubs salt into injury with the conflicts of interest. These government officials, Rishi Sunak, who's their treasurer, getting deals off this sort of stuff through his various dealings and someone else. This is not good. This is not good for public interest. But why lockdowns? And this leads into our next story. China's economy will overtake the US by 2028 because of coronavirus. Isn't that just brilliant? According to the Center for Economic and Business Research, China is on track to become the world's largest economy by 2028. 5 years earlier than predicted, while India is thought to become the world's third largest economy by 2030. Riccardo, if this investigation highlights the fact that China is the source of all this, for a number, on a number of different levels, whether it be corrupt officials or whether it be the origins of coronavirus, where do we go from there?
2 points. One, just remember, China is a puppet like everybody else. Xi Jinping isn't some global dictator with the world on a string. He follows orders. China, I explained last time, Communist China was created by the US deep state after the Second World War. Mao Zedong's communists were armed and Chiang Kai-shek's democratic Chinese were disarmed. So there was a creation. So China's a puppet like everybody else. So that's point number one. They're using the Chinese model because the Chinese communist model is one that the globalists want to see the entire planet under. Point number two, Trump's going to become the president of the US. He's going to have a second term. He will. And the Chinese economy will collapse like a balloon hit by a pin because it's already very, very fragile as it is anyway. It's only propped up. And when the US takes off with the second Trump term, it'll crush China, and India better tighten up and clean up its game too, because if they wanted to, they can destroy the Indian economy as well, simply by just doing business with everybody else. These multilateral trade deals, we've discussed it before, complete rubbish. Bilateral is the only way to go. Reciprocal rights, reciprocal benefits, no problem. And that's what's going to happen globally. These multilateral trade deals, China will collapse under a second Trump presidency, and India better be bloody careful too. So I'm not all that worried, because I know they're going to come a cropper.
Yeah.